What is it? Got it. Got it.
Got it.
Yeah, okay. Now you can, here, are you able to drag this one? Okay, you put it in both.
Huh?
Squeeze it, yeah. Bring it this way.
No, I can share it. I can
Minimize this one.
minimize this one.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's better. So what are you?
Topic title.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. First of all, we'd like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making it easy for us to come here together. And secondly, we'd like to welcome our today's speaker, that is Associate Professor Dr. Abdul Salam. At the beginning, I'll just introduce you just a bit by that about him. So we know that Dr. Abdul Salam is an expert in the field of Sufism. Then he has been taught in the Department of Suluddin and Comparative Religion for a long period of time. And his experience in teaching, it is very vast. And today he's going to share with us how this Sufism is going to be related to Islamization of knowledge. And the talk itself will be like 1 hour, 30 minutes. We are going to give him 40 to 50 minutes to share his experience with us. And after that, we are going to open for question and answers. So without any further delay, I would like to invite our speaker for today, Dr. Abdul Salam.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, this afternoon we can meet in this department seminar. And I would like to thank Dr. Fatmir, Associate Professor Dr. Fatmir, for introducing me a little bit. And also thanks to Prof. Mumtaz for inviting me to give this talk without the title. So I just thinking about the title. So I gave the title in the beginning, Islamization of knowledge, Sufism and mental health. But later I'm thinking, put in the bracket, applicability of Sufism to mental health. Okay, as far as Islamization of knowledge, I think is the most interesting part of our university. As far because we are talking about experience. So I'm in actual fact interested to this topic, Islamization, from the beginning. When I think in 80, long time ago, Faruqi did publish a book, Islamization of knowledge. And then it seemed that IUM promoting this topic or this project or the agenda. But unfortunately, I cannot attend the undergraduate course. Because when IUM offered this, I'm related to my village already. So that missed the opportunity to join the we call it matriculation center long time ago. First time. That's in 83. So I went to UM, joined the pre-Islamic academy for 2 years, and then after that attached to Faculty of Suluddin in the Academy of Islam in Muslim Maya. And after graduate from the university, I attached to PPPI ITM one time ago in 1990. In the same time, also applied to join the university. UITM is a new name right now. Did offer for me to continue the education in whatever place that we can choose. But I joined the university, and then a year later, I went to further my study to Scotland for master and a PhD. And then returned here. Only in 1 year or 2 years or 2 semesters, I able to teach this course on introduction to Islamization of knowledge. So, as far as the course is concerned, Islamization of knowledge, we need to take at least 1 semester to understand what is Islamization of knowledge. I think the main teacher for our course is that Professor Mumtaz, who produced, I think, at least 3 books on Islamization of knowledge. On history and philosophy of Islamization of knowledge, issue in Islamization of knowledge, and another one that I haven't yet bought, the latest one. But long time ago, I used to refer also to Prof. Muntaz's book. I think published by Pelando long time ago. Full book, but I available to me until now, that book. But during that time, maybe the English not so. So I did not read, just see the content of it and so on. The same like the writing of Prof. Ismail Faruqi also is not easy in actual fact. So we need vocabulary like Dr. Megawati in order to understand the content. But right now it seems that it's not so difficult. Still not easy, but it's not too difficult to understand. Another one is that as far as Sufism is concerned, that I think a long time ago I did teach this course, especially when I was asked to teach the course in Singapore. In Singapore, with Pergas, a long time ago. I think that time Professor Wan Azam he quite reluctant to go to Singapore. So I went to Singapore and then teach the course on issue in Sufism a long time ago. And then here in the main campus, Dr. Megawati, Associate President Megawati, Dr. Wan Azam, and me teach the course on issues tasawuf. And then later on we changed to history and development of tasawuf for undergraduate. And then for postgraduate or master level, we have the course tasawuf and its development. It's a more critical review of the history of tasawuf. For PhD, we have a course on what we call it, philosophical Sufism. Sufism, but nowadays we already quote unquote deleted the course for PhD. As far as mental health, here is a new thing for me. I think this our rector did mention many times in his lecture on this aspect, mental health. So as far health is concerned, health in general, physical health, mental health, and spiritual. So we can divide this part into the health itself into several aspects. So the most important one is the physical, because as the hadith used to say, hadith or what? Al-aqlu salim will dismiss salim. So it's mentioned here. So I try to write it down. So let us see what is very small. The abstract, try to put it together. What is our thought on this topic? So my topic is that we are currently want to discuss about Islamization of knowledge. but we put it as IUM experience. So, because as far as our experience, in the beginning, we are talking about integration of knowledge or pendidikan berpadu in Malay. With the comings of second rector, the project or agenda of celebration took place. And I'm in the university during the time of second rector. He interviewed me and so on. During the time of Prof. Kamal, when I was in UM, I tried to invite him to give a seminar paper in UM as a student. But unfortunately, he's not available to give the talk at that time. We wish to know what is Islamization, IUM, and so on. But during the time, it's not able. We call that seminar Usuluddin. At least two series during my studentship, seminar Usuluddin. So the one is the, I think Amali may be familiar with that topic of Usuluddin. And then beside IUM, is that the main focus is that Abdul Hamid Abu Sulaiman, the new name for our kuliah of Islamic Living Knowledge and Human Sciences. I'm joined the university in 1992. The kuliah already established. But during that time, we have only departments of Islamic Living Knowledge. When I was in UK, it seemed that the university divide us into two divisions, that is IRK division and the Human Science division. And IRK, we have the same, I think department is same, right? Only later you can find Arabic joiners. Before is Arabic is under Human Science. So I wish that in this paper on the Islamization of knowledge, Sufism and mental health, we want to use the whatever heritage that we have in order to contribute a little bit to the problem that we face nowadays. One of the important problems that I think if we read according to WHO, we have nearly 500 million problem with mental health. And in Malaysia, out of 4 or 3, not be one. So here in this room, but we should understand also these mental health that those who are in the during the time of at least early 20s, for those who are reach age of 40 and so on, Alhamdulillah. So that's age of undergraduate nowadays. So it's very important period that the student, our student, try to find the identity, sometimes confused and so on. So that's my concern. And then the findings is that at the abstract, we see the finding already. You can find that Islam as a way of life emphasize the well-beings, especially on a healthy and positive lifestyle. So that is Islam. So physical, body health, and then after that mental. Mental is that one of it is that you should have a knowledge. But knowledge, if you just study worldly knowledge, maybe it's not balanced. So that's the importance of Islamic living knowledge. Without Islamic living knowledge, there is no balance in the individual. And then if you see here the definition given by WHO, even the nowadays controversy, why? Because America would like to withdraw from WHO. Right? So WHO a long time ago gave this definition. What is health? A state of complete physical, mental, social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So that's how. Give a general definition what Sehat in Malay, that's in Arabic. Sehat. So that's roughly what the finding all about. And then what my wish is that we try to make sure that our university, our kuliah, and also we ourselves going to contribute to this discussion because this is one of the problems that we should highlight currently. Why? Because we need to have a balanced individual that live in a peaceful society, community in the country. So with the mental problem, without mental health, the individual cannot contribute to society, to the family, and so on. And we create problem to the family is because if it happen in a family one happen, it's going to disturb, according to the doctor, disturb one unit of the family. Because you have to the doctor, look after the patients, and so on. So one of it is that we need to really focus on the rather than it's already happened, we have to make it is not going to happen. My the content of it is that in this paper is that I divided into several parts. Introductions, Islam and health, issue on mental health in Malaysia, spirituality and mental health, Sufism, spirituality and mental health, and Sufism in the context of Islamization of knowledge and mental health. And then the application. I try here to apply the 12 steps, 12 necessary steps by Ismail Faruqi. Because this is the original. For me, is the original. That sometimes we neglect to apply. That's more easier. We do the step. What is the step? Later on, we're going to see. For those who are familiar, maybe we will 12 steps. Unfortunately, for example, in the second edition of Triple IT books on Revelation of Knowledge, you cannot find the 12 steps already changed to the 2 stages. But the context of these 12 steps, 2 stages and so on. So maybe not easy. But if we put the 12 steps, maybe we will go step by step in order to have, at the end, dissemination of Islamic knowledge. So if we follow the step. Okay, as far as this introduction, in general, that's what I say just now. And then as far as literature, very small. How can it be? Literature is concerned, we have books written by many scholars. First, on the Islamic medicine, we have by British, we call it British Ethnologies, Brown, on Arabian medicines, and in 2001 is reprint as Islamic medicine. And another book is by Manfred Ullmans on Islamic medicine also. This is published by the Edinburgh University Press. The most important one is the book is that mentioned about Islamization, because he mentioned that the Muslim took all these medical science from Greek and also from India and so on, but there's animal Islamization took place in our traditions. So that's, I think we should be aware on this. Of course, Islamization is that we say who is originally Islamized. Everything is that our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It's not Ismail Faruqi. We gave it the Prophet said. We can list down what the sort of Islamization took place during the time of the Prophet. And then we have a few other works that's very important. Maybe, I show here. If I show here, Slight shape. Maybe bigger. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Right? Okay. Okay. That's the books, and also try to find the books. And as far as Sufism and mental health, we have Professor, our late Professor Malik Badri on Abu Zaid al-Balkhi, and the book of him, Contemplation in Islamic Psychological Spiritual Study. And then we have many articles from India, also Sufism and mental health. In Malaysia, we have a kaedah psikoterapi Islam berasaskan konsep maqamat Abu Talib Al-Makki. And then another article that I just Googled in the newspaper. You can find newspaper by writing by Khairul Azhar bin Idris, Integrating Islamic Spirituality in Mental Health in 2023 from Akim. And then the last one, 2024, we have an article by one professor from UM, Need Analysis for Development of Manual in Palliative Care for Malaysia and Islamic Psycho-Spiritual Approach, 2024. Published in what journal? I joined that research in UM. So that, I remember the name of the journal. Journal of Religion and Health. Okay. And then as if we go, normally is that in the literature review, we try to find the gap in study. Dr. Hakim. So the gap with that, I think, yes, people study about all of this. But as far as try to relate with the Islamization of knowledge, 12 step necessary, to Islamize the knowledge, not yet. So later on, we're going to see in the table how we're going to, and this can apply to whatever discipline that we interested. This is just what we call it, brainstorming session. So we need your help also. And then this is Dr. Malik Badri's statement on Islam and health. He say that Islam, that I put it here, regardless of race, gender, race, and religion. And then the statement by, I think, in the internet, of course, for New Zealand. New Zealand say that physical health is closely linked to mental health, an integral part of leading healthy lifestyle. So we need to, how are we going to maintain first physical? So here I try to find out how are we going to maintain our, according to religion, according to what we can find. He said that we need to have good sleep. Suggested 8 to 9 hours, but later we find that it depends on persons, individual. Sometimes individual just sleep for 4 hours. After Isha sleep 2 o'clock to wake up body enough, because that is very important. So people already study the pattern of sleep. If you sleep from 12, last night I played at 1 to prepare the so you miss already something that the body needs. So better sleep, as the hadith of the Prophet says, you sleep after Isha, sleep. After that, after you sleep at Isha, 4 hours. 4 hours. At 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock you're going to wake up. And then you can argue and so on, and read and so on. Maybe at 5 o'clock you sleep for a while and then wake up for simple. If it is less in terms of sleep. Nutrition is very important. Another one is nutrition. Because sometimes people or students right now, they not eat the good nutrition. They just eat Maggi and so on. Or something is not called food by our body and the mind. So that's also a great problem. Besides the exercise also very important. And then connections. This word connection. Connection with God, connection with people, connection with society, connection with friends, family, and so on. So that's one of the 4 important components of healthy life. Where did I put it? Sometimes if we read in English, sometimes they just read from beginning until the end. Because when I ask the professor, say, why you read? Because we sometimes why we read. So that I'm put my hand of writings and so on. Better for me to read from beginning until the end. That's the philosophy in the West. But sometimes we don't like. And this is what happened to Malaysia, I mentioned to you earlier. As far as the worldwide phenomenon, 450 million people have a mental disorder, according to WHO. As far as Malaysian is concerned, 1 in 3 Malaysians have mental health issues. Dr. Amali also become the wife. Doctor, maybe know better. We don't have. Okay, and then which highest prevalent among those aged 16 to 90? Huh? Itu Ismail still. Huh?
Yeah.
Ada. But your cucu later on. Your granddaughter. And so on. Your grandchildren. And new findings in 2019 and 23 mentions. So the government are very concerned about this. We call it National Health and Morbidity Survey. If happen around the world have this a problem, it's going to affect also Malaysia. Especially when we talk about the COVID-19. That's where the problem has become increased during the time of lockdown. Okay, as far as spirituality and mental health, long time ago during the time of Sigmund Freud, according to the report, they say that religion got a problem. Religion create mental health. But currently, in the hospital and so on, now new more trend coming that they need spirituality. That's why in the hospital nowadays, beside alternate medicine, they have beside what we call allopathy medicine. And then there is traditional, there is Chinese medicine. Another department called psycho-spiritual in the hospital, right? So they only realize the importance of it, the importance of spirituality and religion. So I think the work of Sigmund Freud that one is put aside religion. Now people already realize the importance of the religion. So that's why in psychology they avoid religion. Even nowadays we have a psychology of religion, but the discussion will be argument against religion. Majority against religion. The same also another type of psychology. So when we listen to maybe Professor Malik Badri, You see that in one interview by Professor Rahmatullah Khan, including our course online. Dr. Malik Badri did not follow exactly the way of conventional psychiatry. He just add something with Islamic element. He said that more easier for the patient to be recovered. So that's the Malik Badri. And then I did open also the talk by stack. One of it is that by Professor Walid Fikri Faris. He's an engineer, but I think the knowledge of Islam is very, very deep and so on. Long time ago, we have the course here. Professor at the time, Professor Irfan as the instructor, I as the coordinator. Professor Faris was here. Professor Irfan said something, and then he just add something else. Oh, I think he's an engineer lecturer, but got a knowledge of Islam. So that's why he can present the talk on tool for enhancing mental health in the Sufi traditions. So if we go to the video in YouTube, available in YouTube, you see that Sufism is divided into three categories. The first one is that the practical Sufi that recognized by everybody. Nobody question. And the second one is that philosophical Sufism. That's a lot of controversial coming out because it's individual experience. The third one is he call it. This is a new thing for me. He call it festive Sufism. Festive Sufism. That celebration, entertainment, and so on. Maybe we can add a type of Sufism. They call it deviant. Deviant Sufism, number 4. But maybe if it's a deviant, it's not Sufism. But there is an element of deviant. In our course on the Tasawwuf, at the end, you can say the deviant tendency. So there's the first thought that I think we should follow also. Another thought is that by our rector himself during this time is that in 2023, he presented the talk on how to keep our spiritual heart in good health. So the sort of what we call it, our rector is, can be called the sheikh. So he give 6 formula in order to get a healthy heart. We say that in terms of tasbih, tahmid, takbir, istighfar, salutation to the Prophet. That's why in Sufi you can find either that's recognized by everybody or certain sheikh, like in Tijani, we got the old salawat, Salawatul Fatih. Syekh Tijani. And also tahleel. Tahleel is not just this is la ilaha illallah. So we say that if the name of Allah Himself is a very strong words. It should be close to everybody. So nowadays we say OMG only. They want to say about Allah. OMG lah, oh my gosh, and so on. There's already deviant in terms of word that people say. OMG, oh my God, should be. But put OMG. The short one. And then, because student of Dr. Ismail present on the Minhajul Abidin, so we can, this is the what we call the summary of Ihya al-Muddin that we can make use of it. According to Al-Ghazali, he said that as far as human being is concerned, there's obstacle in order to be close to God. First one is the world, a dunya. people are chasing after the world. The creature, man, or others, any creature, al-qalb. And then what else? The shaitan, the shaitan. And the last one, the self, the nafs. The nafs. You see that the main obstacle of human being is that the last one. But how to make sure that this obstacle not going to hinder us to become close to God is that is a virtue of taqwa, according to Imam Ghazali in the introduction of the book. That's why the Khatib, Dr. Ismail, taqwa 3 times, repeated. Every week is reminded, especially for brothers. Every week we are reminded ittaqullah haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. And other things that maybe also consider according to Ghazali as obstacle. Later we're going to see the term that he used. He said rescue, try to find providence. Sometimes you forget for Allah. Yeah, sometimes you fear, sometimes what happened, bad thing happen, hardship happen to us, and so on. On the qadar of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's according to Ghazali, how we're going to face all of this. And then he mentioned all of this. But at the end, he mentioned about Alhamdulillah Shukru. So that's why the ayah of the Quran, Alhamdulillah, very important. Whatever situation, at the end, whatever bad thing happen, we still remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in this case, if our body already good, our spiritual also in this case good. If we have all this feeling, I think Imam Al-Ghazali did summarize to us a very important analysis about the spirituality of man. That psychology, psychiatry, a doctor can make use of it. Okay.
Last 10 minutes.
Last 10 minutes, okay. For last 10 minutes, is that in actual fact, there's in this article, this paper very long, and it's very long. I mentioned about the experience with the different rector and so on, as far as our university is concerned. From integration of knowledge, we have Islamization of knowledge, and then during the last rector, we have Sejahtera, and Prof. Kamal Hassan tried to tune the Sejahtera according to cannot be deviate from the vision and mission university. And then we have our new rector with Tawhidic epistemology. I went to last week course, workshop, but only attend just half of it. The rector present to us the Tawhidic epistemology that is not quoted in this here, but it's now we call it TISH. Have you ever heard TISH? TISH.
Short.
The short acronym for Tawhidic epistemology. TISH is that Tawhidic epistemology approach in holistic education, roughly. So we're talking about the unity of knowledge and the classification of knowledge. So here, I just include some of it. Is that he mentioned about in the modern knowledge, which one is that maybe close to the Islamic religious knowledge. So he mentioned about the term neighboring discipline. So I put in neighboring discipline. There is such Sufism as neighboring discipline for psychology, psychiatry, neuroscience, study more. Then doctor study all. Psychotherapy. First, if someone who got sick, we go to we call it normal doctor, medical doctor. After medical doctor say, you okay? the body is okay and so on, the doctor going to give you to the psychiatrist. So that's another treatment in this case. But first, the doctor want to make sure that the body is fine. Yes. Going to analyze through the blood and many things. So I say that we have to know also about prophetic medicines, Islamic medieval medicines, psycho-spirituals, and Sufism, put it as very important discipline, as neighboring discipline that a modern discipline must know. And then mastery of our own discipline, as far as, for example, Usuluddin. Of course, before you study Tasawwuf, you must study Usuluddin as a whole. Quran, Sunnah, Sirah, Akhlaq, all. And then we can focus on Tasawwuf. And then we try to make analysis of what Tasawwuf all about. The main thing, also highlighted by Prof. Usman Bakar, is that the Department of Psychology did not recognize the origin, the nature of the soul. They are studying about behavioralism and so on. But the nature of the soul. وَنَفَقْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي is not in their discipline. So they try to squeeze. This is not important. But it's important, very important. So as far as our university is concerned, I did not make a survey yet, the Department of Psychology. But if the student of psychology maybe take, for example, Tasawwuf and so on, maybe later bit student will get. The same with the Department of English. They make it precondition for the student of English to study Islamic knowledge. At least now 7 courses. The minor in hierarchy for English, but other department they are venturing to computer sometimes.
5 minutes.
And 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So the department normally is very strict in terms of time. Establish a specific relevance of Islam to the discipline. How to make it relevant. Prof. Muntah use the Prof. Kamal and Prof. Muntah, IRKD. Islamic relevant disciplines. How to make it relevant. I think one thing that we try to make relevant is that it's not valid. If we not say one ayah Quran in the khutbah. That's that to say that how relevant should be the Quran to everybody. At least one ayah you have mentioned either in the first khutbah or second khutbah. You not mention ayah, you got a problem. Khutbah is not valid for Jumu'ah. Just make it as a compulsory in this case. That's in khutbah. The same, I feel the same as our discipline also should be. If Al-Atta is talking about the ilmu fardu ain, everybody must be fardu ain. After that, fardu kifayah. But here also we have, even though we not call it fardu ain, we call it UMC required courses and so on. That's our how we make it relevant. And then this is the step number 6 until 12. I just follow here, and then I try to relate to Tasawwuf and so on. At the end, I say that at the end, the spread of science of mental health from Islamic perspective, students, the public, and so on. So that the problem that we face right now, and so on. So we make analysis all of it. And then the conclusions. I think the conclusion will be clear in the abstract. I think that's all, Dr. Fatmir, for time being, and then we can open for discussion. I hope that you will not ask me as among us. So everybody can contribute to this. The last topic was Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Salam. This is a very insightful sharing session about the topic and its relevance. I mean, Sufism and its relevance to our contemporary time, especially when we look at the connection that our speaker made it between Sufism and the medicine, how to integrate these two, as we know that in our community we have many problems that especially when you look at the studies that have been provided, that there is a problem as far as I mean, this is related to the young generation when they are facing many problems. Could be because of the development that we are having, technology, and this is creating depression, stress. So they need how and our speaker mentioned about these four important elements, and among them that I see very important is the connection. How we are going to connect, how we are going to teach according to what he shared with us, the young generation, especially with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to connect them with people. This will help them to balance in their life and how to balance between the spiritual health as well as the mental health and the physical health. So here I can say that another important thing that I would like to highlight here that was mentioned by our speaker when he was relating this to the 12 steps related to Islamization of knowledge that has been presented by Ismail Raja Faruqi rahimahullah, and how he connected this with the concept of tasawwuf. And the most important thing that I have seen when we look at the application of this tasawwuf in mental health. And as far as we understood from the lecture of Dr. Abdul Salam, that he did not separate this tasawwuf from the main teachings of Islam. It is incorporated in the teachings of Islam. So we don't look at it as a separate discipline out from the teachings of Islam. But we have to try to understand how to live according to the Islamic way of life, including all these components. So with that, we'd like to thank Dr. Abdul Salam for sharing his experience with us. Now I would like to open for question and answer. Maybe here we have those who are attending physically the talk and those who are attending online. So now the floor is yours. If you have any comment, you have any question to ask, now this is the right time for you to ask more Dr. Abdul Salam to benefit from him, inshallah. So we have maybe another 20 minutes for question answer. Yeah, I would like to have those from online. You can directly ask the question. Yeah, anyone of online that would like to share, I mean, his views. Let me see the chat.
Dr. I'm Shabnam Farooq.
Yes, please. Yeah.
And
please.
Today, when I listen about mental health issues and Islamization of knowledge, like being a student and balancing our daily life with our family, it is very beneficial for us that we connect these two things. And sometimes we get offended, and we're tired, and sometimes this thing give me like motivation. Like sometimes students find work, they wake up all the night, and then doctor said that no sleep in the starting, that sleep in the starting and wake up in like 2 o'clock, then take a rest, then start work. Otherwise sometime our like this tone is very wrong nowadays, that due to internet and screening time in screen addiction in our new generation. They wake up whole night reels watching. Like in some areas this thing is uh, very common. So if we will balance our mental health according to Islam, and we apply the Islamic rule in our life, this is very beneficial for us. So I just want to give the comments that this thing uh, is very beneficial for us. Like doctor also mentioned tasbih, tahleel, istighfar, and the other things. So
Yeah, Sister Shabna, can you introduce yourself? And this is very good comment that you made that very important for us to understand. Would you like to introduce yourself?
yes, I am a PhD candidate, Usuluddin and Comparative Religion. It's my second semester.
MashaAllah. Yeah.
I did masters. Then you were my examiner supervisor.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
We know you, but we'd like others to know you.
Okay.
Because very good comment that you made. And as you said that this is related to what our professor said, this is very good, Alhamdulillah. We
Then
appreciate.
can like about screen addiction and other things like internet, social media. These things are disturbing our new generation's mental health. Like even in our toddlers, their screen addiction, like cartoons watching. These all things are rotting the mind of new generation. So if we will work on it, like mental health issues and Islamization of knowledge. And in medical science, this thing also can help to introduce to others who don't know. Then, but our Islam teachings are very best. So in this way, we can get benefit to give information to others and introduce this idea to others too.
Maybe you are asking Dr. Abdul Salam to have another research on Sufism and technology, and science. That would be very good because when you mentioned this, how to balance, how to discipline ourselves when we use the technology. This is very good, very good observation. Thank you very much, Shabna. Thank you very much. Do you have any particular question that you'd like to address to Dr. Abdul Salam to clarify anything that you'd like to get more clarification? Or it's just only a comment that you made, Shabna?
Just I give comments now.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate very much. Thank you very much, Sayyid Shabna. Thank you. This is very good contribution, mashallah. Okay, anyone else would like to have any comment or any question?
Dr. Ayman, you want to say anything?
Yeah, we have another Sufi here, Dr. Ayman.
Your comment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Congratulations, Associate Professor Dr. Abdul Salam, for your speech. Even though I managed to enter at the middle, not at the beginning, because due to while driving from Shah Alam to Gombak. Alhamdulillah, very beneficial for everyone who hears about the integration of tasawwuf and mental health or health issue. Maybe I can just add, in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia and Indonesia, especially Indonesia, now we are using Sufism and the Sufi order, the Naqshbandi and Qadiri Sufi order, using the zikir, the Khatmul Khawajakan and the daily zikir to cure drugs. I mean, what they call it, those has been abusing drug abuse. They need to have a recovery. So they will join the Sufi order. They will stay at the madrasah for about a year, 2 years, or 3 years, some 6 months, and daily zikir, so that they can forget about the drugs, the heroin, etc., and to focus to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And many of them has been cured using the zikr. So that is the power of daily recitation and zikir, and also praying. And that is where many of these youngs, who studied non-Islamic studies, and then they come back and revert to Islam after abusing the drugs, and they become better Muslim through Sufism. And we also, and in University of Malaya, we have Professor Sheikh Zarina. So she also using the psychological aspect of tasawwuf, mental health and etc. So then we should have that in our university, IIUM. And this is the reason why we also have the weekly zikir, weekly recitation of the awrad, the zikir, the ahzab, the hizib of Imam Abu Hasan Ash-Shadhili, Hizib Bahar, etc. So that the student will relieve their tension, not only cognitive aspect of the university that we need to go through in this university, but also the spiritual aspect. If you know the history of our scholars, they will have not only kutul akal, knowledge, and not only kutul jasad, food, but you need also kutul kulub, the food for your spiritual needs, which is the zikr, the hizib, the recitation of the salawat and the Quran, etc. Jazakallah khairan ahsan al jaza. Thank you very much, Prof.
Mashallah, mashallah, Dr. Iman. This is very good that you added to the what was presented by Dr. Abdul Salam. Yeah, this we can see the power of tasawwuf. Of course, that is, as you mentioned, this is a part of Islam as a way of life, because sometimes people might misunderstand this, like when you talk about these approaches. So this have been used, as you mentioned previously, how to cure the disease that people used to go through, and this is very concrete example that you shared with us. Barakallah fiqh, Dr. Rahman. So maybe there will be another lecture that will be shared by you, perhaps.
Inshallah.
Prof. Mumtaz is taking note of this,
Inshallah.
And now we have Prof. Mumtaz who would like to say something. Prof.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Associate Professor Abdul Salam for this topic, especially.
Can you see yourself?
I feel that in the context of a growing number of people who are suffering from mental health, and now I was told that e-cigarette is the billion-dollar business, and young people are affected with that e-cigarette.
Right.
Yeah, e-cigarette, the machine cigarette.
Yeah.
Electronic.
What they call it?
Vape. Yeah.
Vape. So governments are making it permissible instead of banning them, because they feel that they cannot control illegal way those people will adopt. So better put more higher tax and then allow them. But it is destroying the health of the young people. So it is high time Dr. Abdul Salam Shukri brought this issue to discuss how can we offer courses related to mental health. One of our students in Suluddin is doing PhD on mental health. So Dr. Haslina commented that this is the topic of psychology department. Our committee should reconsider. So I explained to her that we will modify a little bit the title. We will include the spiritual treatment for mental health. So then she agreed that, okay, good, this way. So as Dr. Abdul Salam has shown, based on his review of literature, there are many works on prophetic medicine.
Yeah.
And that prophetic medicine was neither psychological nor medical. It was pure and pure spiritual. So what I would suggest that either we can do some collaborative research and come up with certain small booklet or book, or we can prepare certain course outline and we can suggest in our department to offer some courses on Islamization, spirituality and mental health instead of using the term Sufism. Sufism may be for some people controversial or some people like, but Islamization and spirituality everybody would accept. And with this, we can help the masses, especially young generation, to protect them from self-destruction by way of using the e-cigarette and vape all these things. So thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Salam. May Allah bless you with good health, excellent health, and please continue thinking about this course. And we should suggest in our course review workshop to introduce some course related to this subject. Okay, thank you very much. My simple question is this: if we are suffering from mental health, can we benefit from Sufi approaches or spiritual approaches if we do not have a clear vision of Islam and Islamic worldview? How can you suggest that should we first educate people about Islam and Islamic worldview, and then spirituality and other approaches, Sufi and others? Thank you very much. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum. Brother,
Another Sufi is there.
I want to show him hot tea cup. He should be here. Hot tea.
You mentioned this.
We ordered 30 and
You
we were
mentioned.
not even
Okay.
10 people.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. for
It's very
giving motivations to all of us, to contribute more and more. Because by sometimes we just focus on the teaching, so sort of pause. Sometimes we come up with the topic. I think a good suggestion to have a course on this. And as far as your question, if before we have a problem with the mental health, so Islam, in my understanding, Islam is sort of preventive medicine first. But if it happened, you cannot give Sufi. You cannot give a Sufi or spirituality. You have to go to the psychiatrist. The doctor going to give you medicines. Immediately. So immediately give you medicine. We have problem, for example, how we know this someone got a mental problem. Sometimes you ask him a question, he answers something else. You cannot understand. This is what we call disorganized speech.
yeah. This one.
Where you coming from? America and so on. Hallucinations sometimes, delusions. So there's what we can trace all of this. So I think if we read, we understand. But if you don't read at all, we don't understand what happens. Sometimes we don't know this individual suffer the mental problem because we don't know. So by having as Al-Ghazali said, the first one is the knowledge, very important. Of course, if you go to the knowledge of Aqidah, and then what we should, our obligations, knowledge about the heart and so on. That's what but the same also the problem that we have. So we have to first Islam as preventive medicine, that is coming from the Prophet as the spiritual doctor. As far as physical, we have a medical doctor. Medical, and then psychiatry also they got the medicines. They have got medicine because they are talking about what happened in the mind. Sometimes the Malay society community, sometimes they say this coming from sihir, coming from gene and so on. But sometimes it happens with family, pressure with friends, and stress. Sometimes we, as we're talking about social media, our sisters of social media, that's also a great problem. Because in social media, sometimes you have to show your face, you have to go see nice and so beauty and so on. Sometimes people pressure you. Because you see others handsome, others so beautiful and so on. The pressure on you. This is, if we believe in the qadar of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just now, yes, without the knowledge, you are born as a male, you wish to become female. That's another problem right now. So all this, if you not believe in the qadar of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are born as a male, as a male. It's born as female, as female. So that's I think very important. Preventive. And then if we have something, we need to go to the hospital and doctor. Thank you very much.
Okay, Barakallah Fik, Dr. Abdul Salam, and I'd like to thank Prof. Mumtaz Ali as well for raising this issue related to how we can contribute greater to our community, especially the young generation. In our university, and especially in our department, we have to come out with a course that can help, inshallah. So we have to take note of this and we have to act immediately. Now, I would like to ask those who are present, whether in the Zoom or here physically, maybe this is the last round, that they can ask questions, then we can wrap up after this. And one of you would like? You like? Yeah,
thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm okay. I want to ask.
Please, can you come and sit?
Okay.
People want to see you.
Yeah, they want to see.
Okay.
Can you introduce yourself?
Thank you. My name is Abdul Hakim Kola, Dr. Abdul Hakim Kolawole of the Department of Sociology and Division. So I want to ask, you have given us a very robust discussion on the tasawwuf. I like to call it tasawwuf. But by way of treatment, yes, preventive, can we use ruqya? Can we say that ruqya can also be used in this mental, because some people get sick, you take them to the hospital, yet they are not taken. So maybe I want you to speak on that, sir. Thank you.
I don't think that we have problem. Besides, but don't live in the hospital. Ruqya, whatever, doa, salat hajat, it's okay to use. I think it's very important part. Besides, we depend on the doctor, we depend on medicines, drugs, and so on. Another dimension that we shouldn't forget. Doa is our
medicine.
medicine. That can be, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe Allah, we consider it's a test. That. Allah can test anybody. Even we are a strong devotion to God, strong good servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's up to Allah to test either on us or people close to us. So, Dr. Hakim, so beside a doctor, we can make use our own effort. The doctor themselves did not say no. If you are a doctor.
Okay, well, anyone, doctor? Yeah, Mega, would you like to please come? We want to see you. Or you don't want to sit beside Prophet?
You can see it. You can see it.
No, sit there,
Okay.
behind Prophet.
Some more tea, Dr. Abdul Salam?
No, okay, that's okay.
Please, we want to
After
see
it, after it.
Need some more tea?
No, after it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdul Salam, for the interesting talk. Yes, I don't really have any questions. I just want to comment on what you say. I agree that you say that we just try our best with the ruqya, salat hajat and all that, but at the same time, we have to seek the, you can say, the modern treatment, right? In terms of, because if you go to psychologists, they will give you therapy. But and psychiatrists, they will give you the drugs, also the medicine. So because some of these mental health cases, they do need the drugs, like depression, all right, just to, so that they can continue with their daily life. And then so they will be given this drug which increase their the serotonin or dopamine level. So I think in terms of spirituality, it should be an ongoing thing. It's not only preventive. I think we have to. I mean, it's like a way of life, continuous activity. But we cannot remove that medicine also, because that one is like to cope every day. Because I have a student who said she suffers from depression, and she doesn't come to class because she says that she cannot stop crying because she's so depressed. So she cannot come to class. But because she went to the psychiatrist, they gave her drugs so that she can carry on going to class. She still have the depression. She still have because that one has to be treated. If not, they can't operate every day. Right, Prof? So, in the West, especially like the Cambridge Muslim College, they integrate those who have psychology, psychology certification or qualification, and they also they integrate and those with Usuluddin or Islamic studies knowledge, they integrate, so it then deal with mental health. Because the psychologists perhaps they are not trained. I mean, they do not have the Islamic content. They only know about the Western method. And the Western method in terms of therapy, they are not allowed to include religion into their therapy, which the Islamic, whoever the scholars or the ulama or the ustaz who knows about this will be the one giving that input. So there must
combination, integration.
There must be integration. Right now we are just doing things separately. So why not in UIA? I mean, since we are in Usuluddin, we can also integrate with the psychology department. All right. I mean, that's just my input.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Comment. This mic. And after this,
he has to support the force.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salam, for your talk and lecture. Actually, I'm thinking about when I listen to discussion or talk speech on mental health, people normally quote Sufis like Imam Ghazali. Meanwhile, we have so many scholars like Ibn Sina, for example, focusing on maths, and also is known as secretaries, Muslim secretaries. So why people like to quote from Imam Ghazali instead of Ibn Sina? Is my question.
Okay. Good question. But I think the place mic can answer.
Imam Ghazali is more popular. Yeah.
Philosophy.
Like the Western approach, like philosophy.
And I think if you study Islamic medicine, you can find all these things, all the names. But focusing on Imam Ghazali because in terms of spirituality that you cannot find. The focus of the sini when they talking about metaphysics and so on. But as far as the one who put it together after Al-Kushairi, after Al-Barimaki, Muhasibi, and to put it together, the knowledge. Concisely put it, as I think important. But as we read Al-Ghazali, we forget, because Al-Ghazali referred to Al-Barimaki, Kushairi, he referred all. So for us, when we read Al-Ghazali, also we have to read Kutul Kulub by Al-Maki. So if you read, compared to Al-Ghazali, it's not systematic. But you can see the what we call the inner spiritual writing of the book. Compared to Al-Ghazali, Al-Ghazali is more systematic. Sometimes you cannot find the spiritual, even it's talking about spiritual, but the writing itself. Even though it's systematic, people say the same like Al-Quran. Jumping from one place to another place, and so on. Story, and so on. So the same with Kutul Kulu. Even though it's already under title, but it's not systematic like Al-Ghazali. Al-Ghazali is suit for university. So this is the end already. So we have I think if we say it's a primary school, secondary school, and university, and college. So the college there, that suit where. And we cannot deny the importance of Muslim and many other Muslims who used to translate calendars from Greek and so on. So this very important. Without Ibn Sina or the Al-Ghazali, maybe they cannot get something. He also used all the same like all of us. I think if you say refer to the modern one, Quran Sunnah, you have to refer Quran Sunnah. So forget about our tradition. Quran Sunnah, and then our heritage is very important. That's why our kuliah called Islamic living knowledge and heritage. Isn't it? So we have to, this is our identity. Do not just throw it. If you go to the warehouse, so they read all. Even though they have already high modern one, but they still read the classical. I think that maybe they don't want to say about Islam. But the West, like what they call Judeo-Christian civilization. They forget about one importance, Islam. So for us, everybody is very important. We should take the benefit. Maybe a long time ago, they are talking about the 4 elements of the fire and so on. Now with the new discoveries, it's not just that. We have bacteria, virus, and so on. So the new thing coming. So there's a balance in the body. Water, all this must be balanced. That's the whole, we call it Greek medicine. It doesn't mean that hospital is un-Islamic. It's also Islamic. But sometimes people forget about the hospital is Islamic. The Islamic is that if you go to Bomo, the Islamic Eastern. So there's I think short comment to Ismail.
Okay, thank you very much. Just let us wrap it up with the conclusion related to this lecture for today. So what we are trying to bring back, what we have lost in our history, because when we look at the past, what Dr. Dosana mentioned just now, that we had a comprehensive approach where we did not divide between Sufism and other disciplines. Whereas looking at the impact of the Western civilization, especially on the Muslim world, then they introduced these compartments of disciplines and they divide it. Even today, if you look at the word spirituality from the Western perspective, they don't want to include religion because they look at religion as an element that created many conflicts between people. So now they believe that the only thing that can unite people is spirituality. But from our perspective, we believe that the Islam as the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides everything that is needed for us. So we don't have to separate spirituality and all these components that we mentioned. Like we can say that in our contemporary situation that a Muslim should be everything and he should live according to Islam. So only then we can provide and we can defend our position as Muslims where we have to show others that Islam is the best way of life. Otherwise, if we look at it from spiritual perspective and the other perspectives, we create a problem. And another thing that maybe based on our discussion here, like we have psychotherapy, instead of that, previously we had the physicians, and these were the Sufi physicians, if we look at our heritage. So now if we bring this back and we attach this to every masjid, and this can provide a better treatment to our people. We can bring them close to our community, bring them close to the masjid, and we provide the medicine that they need instead of depending on, because we see that the medicine or hospital has become a business by itself. So how can we get rid of this? This might help when there is a need for it. But there are many things that we take medicine, we don't know, and this is very destructive in nature. So I hope that this lecture is very beneficial to all of us. And I believe this is an open eye, especially for us as educators, as well as for the learning community. Both of us are learning community, and we believe that our students will benefit and they will continue this legacy, if I say that this will contribute greater to our community in the future. So with that, I would like to thank, on behalf of our department, would like to thank especially our beloved Professor Mumtaz for taking this initiative to call for these seminars where our colleagues in our department are sharing their ideas and their expertise. So now this is, this time we are listening to Dr. Abdul Salam. Inshallah, maybe later on we listen to Dr. Ayman, to Dr. Ismail, Dr. Megawati, Dr. Noor Amali, and other members of our department. So this is a very good experience. And this is meant to help our community and especially the students. So, and of course, we have to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us good health. And as it was mentioned by Dr. Abdul Salam, and we believe in that, we accept everything that Allah is giving to us because this is the qada and qadar. And this is a test. But we use different means that Allah has given to us to respond to it. So with that, let us close to this session by reciting Surah Al-Asr and Tasbih Kafara. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلى الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And we'd like to thank, we forgot those who are following us in Zoom. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Amen.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Welcome. So now we
Take
stop.
some more tea if you want. Please take some more. Thank you, Prof.
Okay. Congratulations.
So, Abdul Salam.
Huh?
Now.
I have
Close.
closed.
Recording.